You wash your face. It feels amazing for about a minute. Clean, squeaky, tight, and then it keeps feeling tight through breakfast, on the walk out the door. That faint pull across your cheeks, like the skin is a size too small. Most people read that feeling as clean. It isn't. It's the sound of something being taken away. Because your face was never just skin. Right now, billions of tiny living things are crawling across your cheeks, your nose, your forehead. They eat, they grow, they settle into little neighborhoods. And here's the strange part. Most of them are on your side. We've been talking about your skin as a living wall. Layers, oil, a barrier that holds you together. But there's one more layer most people never think about. It isn't made of your cells at all. It's alive, but it isn't you. Think of your skin as a garden, not flowers and soil, but a living surface covered in countless microscopic residents. Bacteria, mostly, a few fungi, some so small you could line up thousands across a single freckle. Scientists call this your skin microbiome, a whole community of microbes that live on you, with you, for your entire life. And like any garden, it can be healthy and thriving, or stripped bare and struggling. So why would you want bacteria on your face? It sounds like something to scrub away, but this is the trick your skin learned a long time ago. A healthy garden is a full garden. When friendly microbes cover every inch of you, there's simply no room left for the dangerous ones. It's like a parking lot with every space taken. A harmful germ lands, looks around for somewhere to settle, and finds nothing. No food, no space, no welcome, so it gives up and dies off. Your good bacteria aren't just sitting there, they're guarding the gate. And this garden isn't one garden, it's several. Your body, to a microbe, is a whole planet with wildly different climates. Your face and back are oily rainforest, warm, greasy, dripping with food. Your armpits and the creases of your elbows are humid tropics. Your forearms and shins are desert, dry, cool, windswept, hard to make a living on. Different climates grow different residents, and the ones who move in are the specialists. Deep in the oily zones, down inside the pores themselves, lives a bacterium with a terrible name and a wonderful job. Cutibacterium acnes. Yes, that acnes. Hold that thought, because it's about to get interesting. Down in the airless bottom of a pore, this microbe does something remarkable. It eats your sebum, the waxy oil we met last time, and breaks it apart into short fatty acids. Those fatty acids are sour, and they leak out onto the surface and make your skin acidic. So the thing living inside your pore is quietly building the defense system that protects the whole of you. That sour film has a name, the acid mantle, a thin blend of oil, sweat, and the work of those microbes coating everything. And it isn't vaguely acidic, it's specific. Healthy skin sits between about 4.5 and 5.5 on the pH scale, roughly as acidic as a ripe banana. Why does that matter? Because most harmful bacteria hate it. They want a comfortable, neutral home. Your skin gives them the opposite, a tart, prickly environment that your friendly residents love and your enemies can't stand. Picture a moat around a castle, quiet, invisible, but anything that tries to invade has to get through it first. There's a second resident worth meeting, up in the humid folds, Staphylococcus epidermidis, and this one doesn't just take up space. It manufactures its own antibiotics, little chemical weapons aimed squarely at the germs that cause real infections. It also does something stranger. It talks to your immune system. Your immune cells sit right beneath the surface, and they have to make a brutal judgment call every second. Friend or enemy? Attack the wrong thing and you get inflammation, redness, damage. Your resident microbes are the ones teaching it the difference. They've been training your immune system since the day you were born, showing it what belongs, so it doesn't come out swinging at everything. So you've got a garden of allies. growing in acidic soil, arming themselves and schooling your defenses. It's one of the most elegant systems your body owns, and it runs completely on its own until we get involved. Here's where so many of us go wrong. We feel oily, so we scrub. We want clean, so we reach for the strongest, squeakiest product on the shelf. That tight, freshly washed feeling. We've been taught to love it. But that tightness is a warning. Remember, your skin sits around 5 on the pH scale. A traditional bar of soap sits around 9 or 10, and that scale isn't a ladder, it's a multiplier. Each step is 10 times the difference. Strip away the oil and you wash off the acid mantle. The film thins. The acidity fades. The soil your garden depends on simply isn't there anymore. And the microbes you spend years growing? Many of them go down the drain with the suds. Now the surface turns less acidic, more neutral, which is exactly the welcome mat harmful bacteria were waiting for. Empty space, comfortable ground, an open invitation. This is why overwashing can backfire. You scrub to feel clean, and you end up with redness, breakouts, dryness, a barrier that stings and flakes. You didn't just clean your skin, you cleared the garden and left the gate wide open, and now the loop closes. That bacterium with a terrible name. C. acnes lives on almost every adult face on Earth, and for most of us it causes nothing at all. It's a good neighbor. The question was never whether it's there. What matters is which version is there, and what the neighborhood around it looks like. Different strains behave differently. Some keep the peace, some drive inflammation, and when the community around them gets flattened, the balance can tip toward the troublemakers, which means acne isn't really a story about a dirty face. It's a story about an ecosystem that lost its balance. Scrubbing harder attacks the ecosystem, not the problem. Here's the wow. Your skin rebuilds that acidic film on its own, but not instantly. Rinse with plain water and it's back in a couple of hours. Use a gentle modern cleanser and it takes around 5. Scrub with a harsh alkaline soap and your skin can spend the better part of 10 hours climbing back to normal. Wash like that twice a day and the garden never gets a full day of peace. You're weeding it faster than it can grow. The kindest thing you can do is also the simplest. Be gentle. Choose cleansers that don't leave you tight and squeaking. Let the oil, the acid, the quiet little garden do the job they've done your whole life, because clean was never supposed to mean empty. You are not alone on your own skin. You're a host. A whole world lives on you, feeding you protection, teaching your immune system, asking for almost nothing in return. So the next time your face feels too clean, remember the garden and let it grow.